So for question 8b, we can put in some values of x into the function to check what we'll get for x squared. And we can see that when we try and put some numbers in, the smallest value that x squared can be is 0. So we put that into the function and we get fx equals minus 2. And because 0 is the smallest it can be, we know that any other number that we put in would make the answer bigger than minus 2. Also, we can draw a graph. So x squared minus 2 would be a parabola which crosses at y equals minus 2. So we can see that all the other values of fx will be bigger than minus 2. For question 9, we do the same. We put in some values of x in, and we see that the smallest value it can be is 0 again. So we put that into the function and we get fx equals 8. So we know that that is the smallest value that 2x squared can be. So if that is the smallest and other numbers will be bigger than 0, then we know that all the other function values will be smaller than 8 because it will be 8 minus that number. We can also draw a graph for question 9. We know that it is a parabola, but because it's minus, we know that it will look upside down, and it crosses the y-axis at 8. So we can see that from the graph that all the answers for the function will be less than or equal to 8. For question 10, we want to solve this equation and make it equal to 0 so that we know where it crosses the x-axis, and we get x equals minus 1 and x equals minus 3. So then we look for the middle of these 2 points, which would be x equals minus 2, to look for the minimum point. And when we put minus 2 into the function, we will get minus 1. And because we know that x equals minus 2 is the minimum point, the final answer is the function is greater than or equal to minus 1. So to understand this, we can draw a graph for the equation. And we know that it crosses at x equals minus 3 and x equals minus 1. And we know that it's a positive parabola, so we can draw it where it crosses at x equals minus 1 and minus 3. We've worked out the minimum point is minus 2 here, and the y, which is fx, equals minus 1. So we can see that for the function, all the values are bigger or equal to minus 1, which is our answer.